What up, everybody? Welcome to Jordan Knight Canine, and I am your host, Jordan Knight. So I try to bring all the real deal content that I can bring you here. Before, if you noticed some of the other videos that I had, it's been quite a while, but they were in front of the whiteboard, so I'll be trying to change. I was actually just in reserve duty. I wanted to do a video with the tanks in the background. It's a little bit better than this guy, but nice little moose we got there. Anyway. So I try to bring real deal content, and let's get started. All right. So the first one I wanted to talk about was when dealing with puppies. Okay. So the first pro tip, you can see that there. Pro tip: get your dog off leash as soon as possible. Okay. The reason you want to get your dog off leash as soon as possible is because imagine. Oh, I actually wrote it down here. Imagine. If at 2 months old, he follows you, at 4 months old, they don't know anything else but to follow you, okay? So just think about it like that. A lot of people I've heard, certainly in the West, the kind of the agenda or the idea is to hold a dog until he's ready to be off leash. And that to me just makes no sense because the dog is born off leash. So why don't I just teach him how to operate without being off leash, okay? Being off leash, we have a lot of difference of opinion about taking dogs out with shots and all these different things. I saw a video the other day of wolves, 2 months old, and the mother is taking them, teaching them how to hunt for their first time, And here in the West, for the most part, we have differences of opinion. If you can take a dog out before it's shot, second shot, I hear some veterinarians say third, all these crazy things. So what I say is this, okay? Anything you do in life has an element of risk to it. The idea is to be able to make it a privilege, number one, to be your dog and deliver the right information and let the dog make its appropriate executive decisions, okay? So the first pro tip is get your dog off leash as soon as possible. The reason for that is if your dog is young, they're easier to convince. They're easier to how do people call it? Some people call it luring, stuff like this. They're easier for you to convince. They're easier for you. They want to follow you. If you hold them in the house or you lock them on leashes or you only work with them inside of closed environments, the dog is less likely to want to work with you once you're ready to want to work with him. So from the jump, I like to just get them off leash, work in a place, always know your own skill set, always know the dog's skill set. Maybe the dog is more skilled than you are, so be easy, lower the level. One of the first rules about off-leash is anytime you have off-leash, if you need to, put the leash back on the dog, okay? Generally, what you want to do is as the dog passes, I flip the other direction. He passes again, I flip the other direction. A lot of times I like to do this when it's a forwards-backwards instead of a 360 sort of area. It's easier if it's forwards and backwards. And this way, it's easier for you to be able to control the environment and to know where the dog's going to go. Generally, it'll be easier if you do it in an area where you understand what's going to be there. At this time, it's going to be XYZ, bicycles, four-wheelers, people with dogs, horses, sheep, whatever kind of environment you live in, what are the challenges that are going to be there, okay? And this way, gauge appropriately and be ready for it. So I'll try to make these videos short without editing, without too much stuff, just to bring you the real deal and just let it loose. So as far as that goes, let the dog off leash. Come on, computer. Pro tip. As soon as possible, okay? The earlier you get your dog off leash, the more he's going to want to follow you. By the time he becomes, if he's 2 months old, we get him off leash. By the time he's 4 months, that's half the dog's life. He doesn't know anything besides following you. To me, it just makes sense. I'm just putting it out here. Try it out. Check it out. Work in places that you feel comfortable. Work at your skill set. Work at the dog's skill set. Some dogs that are, especially the harder breeds, like the more independent, more dogs that give a shit about you less, okay? Work especially those breeds. You want to get them out early. Get them following you. Have them understand how this operates. And that you have good judgment, that you have good senses, that you have good skills, that you have a lot of knowledge to deliver to them. Then you have a dog that's yours, okay? Always make it a privilege to be your dog. Appreciate you guys watching the video, and check me out for the next one.